What the fuck is up, everyone? This is Sperry, and I'm here bringing you guys an impromptu rant. And this one, oh, I brought back 9 gags, so I don't have any tune-up. That's pretty funny. Hopefully that doesn't get us screwed over. It probably won't, but in this rant, I'm going to talk to you about what SOS cards I collect and why, because I don't collect the same SOS cards most toons do in this game. Now, like pretty much every single shopping guild, one way or another, collects different SOS cards than I do. And I'll explain to you why I collect the cards I do, and why, personally for me, they're the best cards. They might not be the best cards for you, because different cards fulfill different niches in this game. So I'll get to what I mean by that. So, essentially, here's the most important thing you need to know. And that is that the SOS cards I collect are best for me in a selfish manner. I don't care that much about saving time. I care a lot about survival. I care a lot about being able to easily win any run that I'd like without having to expend a ton of rewards. So for me, anything that's going to provide longevity to my survival is what I prioritize, as well as anything that provides insane group utility. But a lot of what I prioritize either works well in solos, or when the group goes to shit, or when people disconnect, or when I'm getting greened. It gives me a lot of flexibility in those instances to survive. And for me personally, I just think that's the most powerful, and that's why I like to do it. But, for example, like this SOS card is Sid Sonata. I don't collect Sid Sonata. But see, I'm not a filthy shopper, so I'm not leaving, see? You proud of me, guys? But anyhow, all the cards I collect, the priority behind them is the ability to help the teams, to help me survive, not the team. Although they do often help the team survive as well, but that's not the point. So let's look at the original 8. So I collect Barnacle Bessie, super strong, 170 drop SOS, Flippy, super strong, tune up, gag up all. I have to fucking pick a gag. But I collect Flippy, Pete, Bessie, Mozart, Clara. Those are all like super obvious strong cards. They're just too strong to pass up with how much they give you. They're like fucking level 7s on steroids. And then you've got Lil Oldman. I collect all the 5-star SOS cards. I'm pretty sure I just named... Did I name all of them? Fuck. Okay. There's 6 5-star SOS cards. Did I name all of them? So we collect Barnacle Bessie. That's 1. Clark Clara, that's 2. Flippy, that's 3. Oldman, that's 4. Pete, that's 5. Who the fuck am I forgetting? Oh my god. My god. Julius Weezer, 6. Is that really it? Huh, I guess so. I feel like I'm definitely forgetting someone. Fuck. I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna look up the SOS cards right now. That's such a bad thing to say. I'm just gonna look up SOS card list. I plan on making this video better, but whatever. Hopefully you guys don't mind. This video is gonna be shittier than I would have originally planned for it to be, but whatever. So, anyways, all I'm trying to say is I collect all the regular cards everybody else does. So I collect Clara, Flippy, Pete, Bessie. Okay, actually I was right. There's not any more, so whatever. And then, of course, Julius Weezer is insane now too, because it makes you miss like 5 rounds. So the original 8 in the original game were Bessie, Flippy. God fucking, this is so bad. Why am I doing so bad? I should not be stumbling over this stuff. It's so easy to say. Okay. Round 2. Just forget everything I said before. I collect Flippy. I collect Lil Oldman. I collect Clark Carr. I collect anything that has little 5 stars by its fucking name. I collect, because those cards are insanely strong. Everybody collects them. Yada yada. Now I also collect, like, a lot of people collect Melody Waivers because, you know, you can use it in a back 9 or a DA. It'll, like, give you back all your sound. I think that's too good to pass up. You can use it in, like, a CEO in the 2nd round if you're on a side of 4 and you want to sound through stuff, if you don't want to use your level 7s. It just has too much utility to pass up in group scenarios. And then, so I take the cards that are just undeniably amazing in group scenarios, and then I also take a bunch of cards that have solo potential. I don't take Sid Sonata, and I don't take Clumsy Ned. The reason I don't take Sid Sonata or Clumsy Ned is because those cards don't offer that much. They give you 1 Foghorn, basically, is what they give you. And then because Sid Sonata is calculated as a trunk now, it, like, sometimes glitches out and doesn't give you the full, it's really fucking weird. Fuck. Yeah, so sometimes you don't get the full knockback. Sid Sonata, like, it just, sometimes it acts really strange, and I've noticed it doesn't kill cogs, but it's supposed to, because it's calculated as a trunk. I don't even know why, but I've noticed that, because the geniuses at TTR decided that Sid Sonata should have an elephant trunk instead of a foghorn. Don't know why, but they did. So, anyhow, I think Melody is a much better version of Sid, because you get 12 fogs back instead of 1 extra fog. That's a lot stronger, in my opinion. But anyhow, essentially, I prioritize the cogs miss because anytime anything goes wrong, let's say you're in a solo and the cogs are about to wake up, you just use a cogs miss and you're good to go. Or if you're in a situation where everybody's about to fucking die, instead of having to use anything big, you just use a cogs miss. It's perfect. No big deal. You just use that shit, and hey, the cogs miss. You did it. I mean, for me, there's just so many scenarios. It's undoubtedly a super useful solo card. Cogs miss cards are what make solos fucking easy, and you don't even have to use tune-up unites or that many lure SOS if you have cogs miss. It's just fucking insane. Anytime you're in any kind of sketchy scenario, like let's say, oh, if this misses, maybe I'll have to use a tune-up unite. Why not just use a cogs miss, and then hey, you're good to go. I would much rather have that utility to survive and be safe than get literally the equivalent of 1 extra foghorn. I mean, at that point, I'd rather just use an opera or just take a hit, you know, from like 1 cog, because how many times does it's not really make a difference? Every now and then it makes a difference, but it's just not that many situations where I've noticed Sid Sonata comes in that handy. So, there's that, and then what else do I collect? I collect all the lure SOS. If you don't collect all the lure SOS, I question your judgment, unless you're lureless, but essentially, the way lure SOS work is that they all last a really great number of rounds. They all have perfect accuracy. Stinky Ned, Nancy Gas, Little Oldman, even Bo fucking Nanapeel has perfect accuracy. So what you do is you just use them, and then you've got this thing. So like, let's say you're at like fucking 15 lap. I could use a regular Hypno Goggles, and it would have a 30% chance to miss. And if it misses, then I have to use a tune-up unite, which is expensive. Or I can use a lure SOS, and I get a guaranteed hit, and I don't have to use the tune-up unite. So, and those work not just in solos. The reason I collect these is not just for solos. If I'm in a sketchy scenario with, like, let's say a couple other people, or we're in a tough battle, I can just use a cogs miss or a lure SOS and keep the group alive instead of needing to rely on fucking unites. It's a way to conserve your other rewards. And I think that's a very interesting and important thing to do, unless you're planning on shopping all day. I mean, if you plan on shopping and uniting all day and you have like 20,000 tune-up unites, then maybe you don't need them. But the amount of time you save yourself by saving those unites and by not dying and by giving yourself that safety net and utility is huge. And then there is one card I haven't talked about yet that is, in my opinion, a very interesting and cool card. It's just such a cool concept, and that is Sticky Lou. You get, I don't know if it's 2 or 3, but I think you get 3 turns. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's literally 3 fucking turns of perfect accuracy. So it sounds pretty lame at first, but it has so many interesting implications. Honestly, in groups, it's a decent card to use in groups. It's always been like, Toonset has never been bad in groups, but the potential for 3 turns of automatic accuracy in solos is insane. Because you can literally use a Julius fucking Weezer, and then you can use a Sticky Lou, and then you can just use whatever the fuck you want. You can use a Toontanic, and it's not going to miss in a solo. Do you know how fucking bad the Toontanic is normally in a solo? But now suddenly with this card, it's actually viable. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird, but I love having all these options available at my disposal in these tough situations, because essentially the way I play with collecting these cards, instead of having, you know, 1 or 2 panic buttons, like instead of just having my Unites as a panic button, and Unites being my only panic button, and then maybe like a Barnacle Bessie being my panic button, I have literally like 12 panic buttons at my disposal, and then the rest of my SOS cards are just like really hard hitting shit or whatever. But having that many panic buttons at your disposal, it's just such a gift. It's such a privilege to do, because in any scenario, I don't care if you're fucking trying to green me, I don't care if I get the worst teammates in the world, I'm not going sad, and I'm not going to fail a single run that I want to finish. And I don't even have to stress about that. I don't have to think how many of my rewards am I going to use, because I have so many different backup plans if anything goes wrong because of what I choose to collect. So I'm like a fucking survivor Town of Salem. I have like 10 million bulletproof vests. I can just bulletproof vest every single turn, Good luck trying to kill me at Night Mafia. It's not gonna fucking work because I've got my fucking bulletproof vests in the form of these SOS cards. So, sure, if all you care about is speed, let's just say you just want to fucking race to 137 lap and you just want to have like all that oh my god, I'm lagging like a madman. Oh yeah, that was server lag. Okay, well, that's good. I thought it might have been my computer, but I guess that was just fucking server lag. So, oh, that was a fucking voice crack. That's pretty funny, actually. Oh, that's fucking funny. You guys should timestamp the voice crack. That'd be fucking funny. So, yeah, if you're watching this, timestamp my voice crack. But if all you care about is just straight up, I don't want to have to think. I just want to, be able to burn through shit as fast as possible, which is completely reasonable. Then you should definitely take Clumsy Ned, and you should take Cincinnati, and you should take those over the Cogsmith SOS that aren't Julius Caesar, because you'll probably get more use out of them if all you care about is speed. But for me, I just want to fucking survive, and I want to have, like, all my panic buttons. So that's really just the two schools of thought. I'm the guy who's fucking neurotic, and I just want to survive. And if your goal is to just burn through shit and kill it, you're going to be collecting different cards. So essentially, you need to have those original 8. Maybe not Melody. I mean, there's a chance you could not do Melody, but I think Melody's too good to pass up even in most situations. And then past that, you need your Lure SOS unless you're lureless. But even if you are, I mean, you still get one round of Lure. If you're lureless, you are so fucked collecting SOS cards, like, honestly. That's why I'll never make another lureless. You're just so fucked collecting SOS cards. But basically, you got your original 8, you got your Lure SOS. For me, I like having tune-up SOS for the same reason I talked about before. But again, if you're only a group player, maybe you don't collect Madam Chuckle. I still think Daffy Dawn is just too good to pass up. But yeah, maybe you don't collect Madam Chuckle if you never solo anything or you never find yourself in those tough situations. But really, quite honestly, I think it's good to have those. But so really, the substitutions I would talk about is if you're just purely like a player who wants to like get in teams and fuck shit up, you should probably go ahead and drop Madam Chuckle, maybe drop one of your two Cogsmiths, and then go for, I would say you want to get Barbara Seville if you're just a purely team player, and you want to get, oh god, this is gonna be a problem. So as I was saying, you collect Barbara, and you collect Sid, and you collect fucking drop guy, Clumsy Ned, because those give you group damage and utility, they can save fogs, yada yada. I think you guys get the point, but I'm more of a fucking guy who likes to lock himself in a closet and stay safe from all potential hazards, so that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I'm not gonna edit that out because I'm too lazy. So, oh well. Thanks for watching. I think you got the main gist of why I collect the cards I do. If you have any questions that I missed because this was a little bit more rambly than I intended, then ask me. And just to clarify, these are the 16 I collect once and for all. We got Madam Chuckle, Daffy Dawn, Flippy, Nancy Gas, Stinky Ned, Little Oldman. We got Mozart, Franz Neckvein, Barnacle Bessie. We got Professor Pete. We got Sticky Lou, Flim Flam, Julius Weezer, and Mr. Freeze. And I collect those because they either have insane team utility or because they help keep me alive when shit goes wrong. So thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye.